All right, my people, we have some serious things to reason about today. And we're here to reason about an epidemic sweeping our nation. It's called affluenza. No, I didn't say influenza, I said affluenza. We all went to school, and I've never heard that term till a couple of years ago. That's because it's something a lawyer just made up. So, what is affluenza? Affluenza is a state of extreme wealth and privilege to the point where you're so used to getting your own way in everything that you cannot fathom consequences for your actions. And that is a defense, my people, that stands up in court. Uh, it sounds ridiculous, but it's a serious thing. Um, Going back 2 years ago, this little white rich kid, teenager in Tarrant County, Texas, uh, out drunk one night and kills 4 people. Drunk driving and killed 4 people. Mash up those people's lives and their families' lives forever. Um, Tragic situation. So, you figure it's a pretty bad thing. The judge, jury going to throw the book at him. But his defense attorney got before the courts and invented, I'd never heard the term before. I'm not sure if he coined it or some other crazy person coined it. Um, Affluenza. It's a state of being affluent where you're not able to deal with the consequences for your actions. So his defense is that let's look at kid, forget the 4 people that he just killed. Because of his entire life has been one of privilege. Mother and father allow him to do whatever, never any consequences, and he just got accustomed to it. And so, how could he possibly now deal with the consequence of killing 4 people? Because he's not used to it. Okay, yeah, so a lawyer, you get paid to do what you have to do. You try to get your client off. I think that's sickening, but hey, so it go. But for a judge and a jury to buy that as a defense, and after killing 4 people, this kid got not 1 second of jail time. Drunk driving, killed 4 people, not 1 second of jail time. You got 10 years probation. And so why this happened 2 years ago. So why are we talking about it today? Well, because of this affluenza, he's not used to consequences. So that now part of his probation is that you're not supposed to drink or whatever for 10 years and probably do all sorts of rehab and all sorts of stuff. $500,000 worth of rehab, I heard. But this idiot, posts a video, or some friend of his posts a video of him at some party. He's drinking, they're playing beer pong, they're laughing, having a good old time, right? I'm sure that wasn't the first time since in 2 years that he's killed these people that this has happened. This one was time to get caught on tape. And, so obviously you broke your probation. Now, of course, you're going to do long jail time now. But this kid disappears with his mother. So the mother who was behind all of this to spoil his youth to the point where he can't fathom consequences for actions, now she and him disappear. They can't find him, and this recently happened. So each and every day that he's missing, yeah, the consequence is going to be worse if they ever catch him. But with this affluenza, why would you stay stateside? Why wouldn't you dip down to Jamaica or someplace where up in some bush where nobody will ever find you? So it is a ridiculous situation to begin with. I mean, I remember this case from back then, but I didn't remember I didn't realize or remember that he had actually killed people. Killed 4 people, not a second in jail because of this affluenza. Look here. That's life, People, we all have a background that cause certain actions in our life. Imagine some kid going before a judge And the lawyer saying, Your Honor, my client has poor enza, broke enza. It is a condition where when you grow up so poor, so hungry, so desperate, you are willing to commit any crime just for survival. You will sell a bag of rocks, you will sell some weed, you will rob a liquor store, you will carjack somebody. That's the travesty of this, Your Honor. He has been diagnosed with broke enza. Please, the mercy of the court on this kid in dealing with this disorder. Imagine how fast that youth will be up under the jail. But no, because of privilege, you are able to tell a judge affluenza and get off with it. You know, I mean, so it's not really the kid that I blame here. It's the adults in his entire life. The adults at home that enabled this behavior all along. You know, his mother said she knew he had no license. He wasn't old enough to drive, but he's been driving around the car forever, and she enabled that. So imagine that times 1,000. All the getting away with stuff he's been getting away with his entire life, and adults have just sanctioned, signed off, change. And so now, when the ultimate happened, I'm going to kill people. Adults in his life, once again, sanction that behavior by not making him pay the consequences for it. So it's a sad situation. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, and you know, I mean, I just hope them catch this kid and lock him up before him kill somebody else. You know, because he hasn't had to deal with any consequences. So you know, it's laughable if it weren't so tragic. It is extremely tragic. So my prayer right now is for those families, the families of those 4 people that he killed in his drunken irresponsibility, who now not only are mourning the loss of their loved one, not only mourning the fact that he did no jail time, but it's now being brought up again in their face that ha ha ha, killed your one man lost his wife and his daughter, killed your family member, and now he's hanging out at parties, having playing beer pong and all this nonsense. So my legitimate thoughts and prayers are with those families and adults. You know, we have to do better. Adults created this situation that enabled this foolishness to go on, and adults have to put an end to this nonsense before this youth kills somebody else. All right, that's my reason on this subject. Affluenza, burn it down. Come on, we have to do better as a people. One love, my people.